Shalom, all honor, praise, and glory be to Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, Wahaku Dash Wakah, Kal Chabah Halal, Wahadar Allah, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, Wahaku Dash Wakah. All honor, which is to say that same phrase in the Hebrew. Peace and blessings to the brothers teaching the truth across the four corners of the earth, where we have been scattered to, due to the breaching of the covenant, the breaking of the covenant, aka a deal made by our forefathers with the Most High, who people call God, the Most High God, Yahweh, the only God. And to the rest of you believers out there, you women and children and friends of the prophets of the Israelite nation, which consists of the so-called blacks, aka Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, to you, I say peace and blessings as well. You know, if you're out here trying to prove that work, you know, that faith by your works, all right? So this is another episode of I Will Stand Upon My Watch, episode 6. And in this episode, the segment is pretty much, it's going to be upon one thing, and that's all things are not being reported. All news is not being reported, man. Shalom, brother. Shalom. All things is not being reported, man. And some various topics, but this is morally important. So hopefully we can say a lot with saying a little. So not to make this a gimmick thing, I will go ahead and start this how I usually do, these affirmations, you know, the spiritual, the wisdom of I believe, therefore, you know, have I spoken. Habakkuk 2:1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what I shall answer when I am reproved. And the Lord Yahweh answered me and said, and the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. All right. So going into the first segment, as you can see, it says U.S. reports 60,000 new COVID infections in just 24 hours. But you have not heard anybody go into this. You have not seen this possibly even on your news feed, your article, your alerts. None of this, man. And this came out October 18th, 2020. So it's something I put to the side. So this is incredible. And this is just going into the segment of pretty much what the episode pretty much going to be about. All news is not being reported. And why? Because we're going to show that all things is not being reported. This is one example. You know? Now, this is not to make it seem like, well, I'm on my stuff and you not. No, this is not. This is all calculated, man. First and foremost by the Most High. He said he give every man his measure, but he confirmed the word of his servants, man, of it, which is the prophets. So, in the words of the servants, his prophets, meaning our ancient ancestors, first and foremost, they were saying how these things were going to be like this. That all things wouldn't be reported. I'll get my first scripture. This is Isaiah 29 and 15. It says, woe unto them. It says, woe unto them that seek deep. Who is that said about? That same people with the deep minds. You see? Woe unto them that seek deep, to hide their counsel from the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and their works are in the dark. You see? So you got people seeking deep to hide their counsel. Let's get that word counsel real quick. You got Itazaka. It's advice, purpose. That's what news is. You see? News you can get advice, right? In news you can get advice, man. Purpose. It says the reason for which something is done or created, or for which something exists. You see, so this is all dealing with news. See, aim, object, justification, basis, point. All these things is the characteristics of what's known as news. Target, aspiration, ambition, desire, wish, hope, advantage, benefit, good, use, usefulness. That's what counsel consists of. You see, having one's intentions or objective, having view, set one's sight on. That's spiritual. God has allowed suffering, even purposed it. You know, he intended on suffering being the case. He aimed, he planned, he resolved. So he aimed for the so-called white man to seek deep to hide his counsel, because that's what he made him to do. And that's a part of his will, which is what the episode was going into yesterday. And we're going to get that word news. News. Newly received noteworthy information. You see? Especially about recent or important events. So all news is not being given to us, because these people are seeking deep to hide their counsel, which is pretty much your counsel consists of news, because news is noteworthy information, right? It says a broadcast or published report of news. Look, account, article, message, statement, intelligence. Look, revelation. That's why we can watch the news and read the scriptures. You see that? Because the scriptures is noteworthy information on things that been going on forever and that have not happened yet, but that's on the brink of happening. This is the highest form of news. What we have actually dictates the news. Look, you see the scoop. You see the scriptures is the scoop. Look, information not previously known to somebody. That's what news is. So you should see how all this goes hand in hand, right? And we can prove that too real quick, because we're going into counsel right now, which took us to purpose. The reason for which something is done. All right, let's go back. But anyway, look, advice. You see? Let's get that advice real quick. It says advice, guidance, or recommendations offered with regard to prudent future action. So that's what counsel is. Noteworthy information. Look, what you got right there? News is noteworthy information. So counsel is news. You see? Because the news is to help you. Because with the news, you can be guided. Because it's noteworthy information. Information you did not know before. News, let's go back one more time. News meaning newly received. You see, newly received noteworthy information, especially about recent or important events. Information not previously known to somebody. And that's what the Lord has done real quick. So I got a scripture. I got a quick scripture. Isaiah 43. And we're going to jump down to There's a few of them we can get. Let's do this one. 42 and 10. 42 and 9. This is Isaiah 42 and 9. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them. You see that? So that's news. Newly received or noteworthy information. What did the Lord just say he was going to give? He said, behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them. You see, he tells you of them. News is newly received or noteworthy information. See, before something, if someone's telling you about something beforehand, it actually goes on, that's news. Hence the word new. That's new information. Newly received or noteworthy information. So all news is noteworthy or new information. Watching the news. You see, especially about recent or important events. Isaiah 42 and 9. Behold, the former things are come to pass, and new things do I declare. Before they spring forth, I tell you of them. You see? So we're dealing with, that's why the news go hand in hand with the scriptures, man. It says information not previously known to somebody. You see that? He said, since I have appointed, I believe that's, he's the only news. Yeah, here we go. Look. This is Isaiah 45 and 19. I have not spoken in secret. I have not spoken in secret in a dark place of the earth. I said not unto the seed of Jacob, seek ye me in vain. I the Lord Yahweh speak righteousness. I declare things that are right. See that? Assemble yourselves and come, draw near together, ye that are escaped of the nations. They have no knowledge that set up the wood of their graven image, and pray unto a God that cannot save. Tell ye and bring them near. Yeah, let them take counsel together. Let them take counsel together. Who have declared this from ancient time? You see that? So the Lord is the ultimate form of news, man. You see? It says, who have told it from that time? Have not I, the Lord Yahweh? And there is no God. You see? He the one who give out newly information. He does that, man. And been doing it. And there is no God else besides me, a just God and Savior. There is none else besides me. That's why he say, look unto me and be ye saved. You see, because if you look into the so-called white man, you're going to be left out on news, man, which we're seeing. You see that? Look unto me and be ye saved, all the ends of the earth. You think he going to put you on all newly noteworthy information? Come on, man. It says, look unto him and be ye saved, all the ends of, and this is what he's telling us right here. You know, if you can receive it, look unto me and be ye saved, unto all the ends of the earth. For I am God, I am power, and there is none else. You know? For I, and who he wrote this through? The Israelite men, Isaiah. I have sworn by myself, the word is gone forth out of my mouth, which is his servants, the prophets. It says, in righteousness and shall not return. So the prophets is like news anchormen, you know, and in the news that's been being put out since the inception of the scriptures was that the so-called white man was going to do this. You see, that unto me, he said, the word is gone forth out of my mouth in righteousness and shall not return. That unto me every knee shall bow, every tongue shall swear. You see, so that's pretty much that. Now, going back to where we was at, Isaiah 29 and 15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel, because we just established counsel is news, is noteworthy information. Go ahead and finish it up. Itazaka, counsel, advice, purpose. Look, plan, advisement. Let's go a little deeper into it. It says, which anyone gives or receives my counselors. Counsel, look, execute a plan or counsel. Okay, forming plans. All right, con. So that's that on that. Now, news. News is newly received or noteworthy information. Information not previously known to someone, except those who seek the Lord. You see, advice is found in the breakdown of counsel, and it says it's information. You see that? Facts, data, info. See that? So counsel is news, man. Counsel is news. So you should receive this now. Isaiah 29:15. Woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord Yahweh. That's the so-called white man. And their works are in, so they're trying to keep back information, man. What does it mean to hide? Let's get that real quick. You know, like I said, this is what the episode will be over. So once we roll through the articles, it's pretty much over with. So let's hit these scriptures real quick. This is Satar. So hide is Satar in Hebrew, and it means to hide, conceal, to hide oneself, be concealed, to hide carefully. Now that's going into the why, because do we know that they're now doing this? The scripture said they were going to do this. Yahweh Basham Yahushua Ben said they were going to do this, man. They're going to hide news. They're not going to bring forth all news. Carefully. Let's get that word carefully real quick, to just make sure that's what this is saying. Carefully, in a way that deliberately avoids harm or errors. Cautiously. What's the harm or error? Well, the harm or error to themselves. The harm or error to their kingdom. It's to avoid harm or error. Look, it says to hide by covering, literally or figuratively. Be absent, keep closed, conceal, hide, secret. See that? This is nuts. Look, hey, this is powerful. It says, to whom, so like it, to a man to whom his way is hidden, who does not know how to escape from the calamities. That's what news give you, man. You see that? Because it said, when we went into that, what was it? When we went into that, I think in the council, it was purpose. And it's pretty much, it was, council is guidelines. It leads you. It helps you. So that's what news is to do. And counsel is news. News helps one to escape from the calamities. You see? If they put up the news, everybody getting shot in that area over there, you gonna know not to go over there no more. You see? So news helps you. It guides you, man. Helps you guide your life in a safe way. But it says they're seeking deep to hide it, and hiding to keep concealed from harm or error. You see? So they want to keep you from not being harmed and erring. You see that? And then you know what's even deeper about this? This is real deep. This is Matthew. This is Matthew 22 and 29. It says, Yahushua answered and said unto them, ye do err, not knowing the scriptures, nor the power of Yahweh Basham Yahushua. Because if they're not gonna report all this news and you don't see all the news, how can you watch? How can you line? If they stop putting out news, how can we know when the scriptures is coming to pass? Because guess what? You wasn't there. You don't know where these 69,000 have been reported from. You're not seeing this in live time. So that's how we know the Lord gave us the internet, man. As he said in the last days that knowledge was going to increase. You know what? Let me get that. See? This is Daniel 12:4. It says, "But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro." Didn't we start this off with Habakkuk 2:1? Make it plain, write the vision plain upon tables that he may run. You see? So when it's plain, matter of fact, let's go back to that real quick. So these are the various topics right here that we'll go into. So, and the Lord answered me and said, "Write the vision and make it plain upon tables that he may run that readeth it." But let's find out what making it plain is. Making it plain is ba'ar. Look, distinct, clear. To declare, letters on a tablet. Look, letters on a tablet. Don't you get letters on your tablet reported to you? Look, look, letters on the tablet, man. You can't, hey bro, you can't make this up, man. You cannot make this up. Letters on the tablet. What is letters on the tablet, man? That's a news article, man. You see, matter of fact, real quick, letters meaning. Nah, we roll with it because it's just plural. All right. Look, a written, typed, or printed communication, especially one sent in the envelope by mail or messenger. What is all these? What are these articles, man? Look, a report, an account given of a particular matter, especially in the form of an official document after thorough investigation or considered by an appointed body. Because it says after a thorough look, it says especially in the form of an official document. That's what news articles are. They're reports. It's an account given of a particular matter, and especially in the form of an official document after thorough investigation. You see, official is the key word because it says noteworthy. News is newly noteworthy information. And a news report is an article, a dispatch. You see, dispatch, official report. You see, on state or military affairs. So, man, you cannot make this up, man. Look, information. Look, letters are news. Letters is news. A letter is news, man. Hey, man, the Lord code, man. See? Now let's go back. We got all that out of this. So the Lord said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables. And then when you go to table, when you go to that word plain, you get ba'ar, and it says letters on a tablet. Man, this is powerful, bro. It says, let's see. Let's see. Look, to dig, to explain, to declare. You see that? So we are to put out these articles in the form of an envelope. We are to dispatch these news reports, these articles out. Why? Because it's going to help guide the flock from their calamities. You see? So they won't err. You know what I'm saying? They won't be harming themselves. You know? Because we're going to show you how they correlate to importance according to the scriptures. But if they stop putting out articles, we can't do that. You see that? Because we killing them on his own articles. Like the Lord said he would be killed. Because he said he was going to shoot at them Man, just keep going, man. Lord, man. He said the cup will run over, man. All right, let me see. Let me go back. We killing him with his own articles, but he's killing himself. He said he was going to make his tongue fall upon himself, man. You see? Your tongue is your words. That's your news. Those goes into that goes into news articles. You know? So we are to when we make it plain, we simply put out, let's get this word declare real quick. So everything we could say can line up. Say something in a solemn and empathetic manner. Look, proclaim, announce. That's what this is. That's what this live is. You see? Talk about, reveal. What does it mean to reveal, man? Make previously unknown or secret information known to others, man. You see that? You can't make this up. Look, broadcast. This is alive. Tell something to many people. Make widely known. You see? The Lord wants this. This is how he's doing it, man. So we are to do that. When we making it plain, we do it in these forms. And they come out in the form of letters. Or what they come out, the vision, go back. It says, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision. Right? The vision. Let's get the vision. Look, the prophecy, the divine communication. The Lord talks to us through these different articles that come out, because these certain articles line up with his oracles. You know, his messages. A person such as a priestess or let's get Salakia. Meaning a priest or priestess acting as a medium through whom advice, you see that? Or prophecy was sought from the gods and so pretty much that's why I said your prophets is another form of article. Your prophets is another form, exactly. Psalm 64:3. Your prophets they're pretty much like your news anchors, man. You know what I'm saying? Because they will be the medium from the Lord who creates the event to report on the events that haven't even happened yet, because that's what makes it news, because it's newly information that you didn't know happened or don't know that's gonna actually happen. So our news is much deeper. So it's the prophet's job to bring that information forth, that which is to is actually advice. You see? You can read about that, I believe, in Jeremiah. I believe that's the 40. Jeremiah is it said, this is Jeremiah 40. I'm gonna get it real quick. Jeremiah 42. Show brothers that it says guidance. You see, advice is guidance or recommendations offered with regard to prudent future action. So when we bring out these news articles that's relaying with the prophecies, you are to take it and be able to know how you're finna move. You know what I'm saying? In those times, possibly. You see. So that's what the vision is. It's an oracle. The divine communication. You see? So we take the information, the advice, the event that's taking place you might not be aware of, or that's gonna happen that haven't even taken place yet, that you aren't aware of, and let it be known to you to help guide you, to keep you away from harm and calamity. So we technically going into why the devil the so-called white man is not putting forth these articles, man. Now, since I say that, and I'll come back to this, but I'll read it one more time. Habakkuk 2:2, it says, and the Lord Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain, you see, upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. And when you run, you can put it to action, you see? See that? You can be in order, you know what I'm saying? You can get to it. Get to the advice, having that wisdom. Now, real quick, and then we'll go back to what I was reading in Daniel. You know, the spirit just moved like this, man. It say, now listen to this, because I said prophets are like news anchormen, right? Well, this is Jeremiah 42:1. It says, then all captains of the forces and Johanan, the son of Kareah, and Jezaniah, the son of Hoshiah, and all the people from the least even unto the greatest came near, and said unto Jeremiah the prophet, let, we beseech thee, our supplication be accepted before thee, and pray for us unto the Lord thy God, even for all this remnant, for we are left but a few of many, as thine eyes do behold us. That the Lord Yahweh thy God, these was a bunch of Jakes going off talking about his God, but you know, that the Lord Yahweh thy God, or thy power, may shew us the way wherein we may walk. You see, and the thing that we may do. You see, so that's why I'm gonna go to verse 4. It says, then Jeremiah the prophet said unto them, I have heard you. Behold, I will pray unto the Lord Yahweh your God, according to your words. And it shall come to pass, whatsoever the thing the Lord Yahweh shall answer you, I will declare it unto you. See, the news anchor. I will keep nothing back from you. You see that? Because it's gonna help you. That's that advice. You see? Just like the advice in the sense of Yahweh telling, hey, the scriptures tell you, seek the Lord while he may be found. It's really not advice. It's really you. Hey, man, that's really a commandment, you know. But in a sense, it's advice. We just say it's a commandment because the Lord deserves that respect. You see, but it's advice to where you'll be kept from harm. Adhere to this news that we have for you. Adhere to this counsel. Adhere to these oracles. You see that? Now, so that's proven right there. That when people want to find out what they need to do, if they're going to hit the lotto tonight, they go to what? The news. You see that? To do that. What did they do here? They went to Jeremiah. You see that? To know what to do. Because he's going to give them the information. He's going to give them the newly noteworthy information in which they'll be able to take and use to be able to live and not die. You see that? So they are prophets. I mean, they are like news anchormen. All right. Now, getting to the point, this is Daniel, and then we get the articles. This is Daniel 12:4. It says, but thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro. You see? And knowledge shall be increased. You see that? Because that's what happens when you put the vision out and you make it plain. You send that dispatch out, that report of those letters, man. Those news articles, which are just letters. And it comes to people's tablets, their little tablets, because it's basically a tablet. Your phone is like a modern day tablet. The stone tablets that was given to Moses back in the ancient world that had words on them. What is this in your phone? You see that? I mean, what is this in your hand? Or on your dresser, on your lap, on your car window? You see? It's a tablet, man. So the Lord is real. You know? But anyway, it says knowledge will be increased due to the information being put out here, the news. You see that? So that's your why on why the damn devil is doing what he's doing, man. Because when you got the information, you can be guided properly. You can actually avoid him and his doings. Matter of fact, since I say that, let me get that real quick. This is 1 Corinthians, I believe that's 2 and 11. 2 Corinthians. You see that? Here, I'm gonna come back to this one. It's 2 Corinthians. 2 Corinthians 2 and 11. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us. You see that? That's what he's gonna do. Because really, when you got the news, you get the advantage. You see that? Because it's things that you're able to move in ways, you're able to know how you possibly gonna move ahead of time. That's what the news helps do for you. It says, lest Satan should get an advantage of us. But if Satan, the deceiver, the one that lulls you to sleep and distracts you from noteworthy information, if he wants an advantage, he will keep that from you. You see that? For we are not ignorant of his devices. You see, yo, look, when we putting out the dispatch, the report, brother don't get the notification, brother don't went live, brother's live. Sometimes they have it in the subscription box. A brother a whole be live, and when a brother live, his notification thing should be red. Sometimes it won't even be red, man. It'll be blue, like he not even on there. You go to the channel, he whole live. You see that? So we not ignorant of that. How? Because it say right here, 1 Corinthians 2 and 10, it says, but Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai have revealed them unto us by his spirit. Now this is talking about the kingdom, you know what I'm saying? But hey, I can still back that up with more scriptures. It tell you in Amos 3 and 7, he revealed the secrets. He revealed the secrets to his prophets, and the prophets is like another candlesticks who put light on darkness, which is the next part of this. But it says, but God hath revealed them unto us by his spirit. It says, for the spirit searches all things. Yeah, the deep. You see, the deep. They're that deep, the deep things of God. You see that? Now let's go back to Isaiah 29 and 15 and move on. It says, woe unto them that seek deep to hide their counsel from the Lord Yahweh, and their works, and their works. So we established that first part. And their works are in the dark, and they say, who seeth us and who knoweth us? You see, because getting to the nitty gritty, Revelation 12 and 12. With reading all this now, it makes sense now. It says, therefore rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath. That's a wrathful thing to take people's guidance from them in the form of news. You see, information you need to know about, because this is something that's affecting your community. Look, passion, angry. He's angry. Heat, boiling up and soon subsiding again. It says glow, ardor, like he hot, man. It say the wine of passion. He drunk. The drinker mad or kills him with strength. Look, breathing hard, fierceness. That's that Leviathan, man. But let's see. Going back, Salakia. It says, for the devils come down unto you having great wrath. You see, so he pissed, man. Why? Because he knoweth that he has but a short time. You see that? He read the scriptures. Just put a video out on the film I was going into how, well, a recommendation about the documentary called the Days of Noah. You know, DA7 DA7S of Noah. That's what it's called. But anyway, it's on Film House. But anyway, so these people know, man. And he knows this is how you escape him. So it makes sense for him to hide his you know what I'm saying, his news, the news. This dude's hiding the news, man. U.S. reports 69,000 new COVID infections in just 24 hours. That's crazy. This should be all over TV. How 70,000 people catch the infection in one day, and y'all don't blow this up? It says the highest daily increase since July, leaving hospitals across the Midwest. You see, this affects people. This is affecting people in the Midwest. Now, if you're in the Midwest and you have no whiff of this, you're subject, man. You're subject to getting sick and being pretty much disinformation through disinformation, because they tell you when Jake don't have no mail come in, like, no mail today, like, nah, well, no news is good news, because most of the time when Jake get news is bad. That's why they don't like coming to the prophets, because everything we have to tell them is going to be in balance. I'm gonna say it like that. You know, Lord gonna kill, because balance is something greater than the other, but it's two things, because there's always duality. And what's something that's strong and that's gonna be stronger than the other one? More niggas gonna be killed than saved, but that's the balance. We're gonna tell you both of them, you know, and they don't like hearing that. You know, they don't like hearing how they can actually save themselves, but we do. You know, they just crazy. But anyway, it says struggling to handling. Look, it says highest daily increase since July. This came out in October, man. 2020, the 18th, 2020. It says leaving hospitals across the Midwest struggling to handle the surge. I ain't heard about this. So even if this is fake, they still up in the narration. The narration has been furthered along, but they don't tell you that. They don't tell you this. Then when they want to just come and shut everything back down, you like, wait, what? Whole time they done updated everything. But we don't know that, because they seek deep to hide their counsel, man. The Lord said it was going to do this. And I got more to show you this. Matter of fact, because you can go check this out. It says, despite a surge in cases, deaths continue to trend downward, suggesting doctors are now better treating the COVID. Why are they putting it like that? Because they got you believing that the doctors are actually healing people. And if they be like, well, the doctor's been doing it through the vaccine, right? You're going to get the vaccine. Why? Because you believe 70,000 people just caught it one day in your region. How we know they seeking deep to hide their counsel? It say about 2 or 3 witnesses. The scriptures say you let it establish a matter. It's being solid. Ironically, this is known as the Daily Beast. Look, top 10 right now. It says number 1, leaked FEMA memo. It's a leaked FEMA memo. And FEMA, I believe, stands for Federal Emergency Management. Let me get it real quick. Federal Emergency Management. I forget the A. Agency. Federal Emergency Management Agency. Now going back, it says leaked Federal Emergency Management Agency memo reveals 17% jump in U.S. COVID deaths last week. So they lied, man. They said it was going down, but this say otherwise. So there's people out here dying. And how do we know that? Because in the other watches, if you go back and watch, I think it was like the 3rd episode, pretty much, when I went into an article how I was talking about people been getting sick and falling ill through the vaccines that they've been volunteering for. So they just, and then look, that's disinformation, because what if all those people were actually dying? Now that will line up with this, but this will contradict what we just read, because it's all bad. They're not, you really think they're about to come with a vaccine, but they not actually test running it on people? Because they really want to do it. So why wouldn't they do that as well? You see? This was put out September 17th. Something I've been sitting on, so it's the time to come out now. You see? A leaked internal memo. This wasn't even supposed to come out. From Federal Emergency Management Agency has reportedly revealed a near 17. So how did it leak, man? The brother has it right here. Psalm 64:8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All of their language, their talk, their news articles, their information, their documents, is going to come out. You see? All that see them shall flee away, because you're going to find out, oh, they lied. Oh, they trying to chip us. Oh, you see? So the Lord cold, man. You know? We blessed, man. It says, now he's got to make it out, Lord willing. It says, deaths inside the United States. He got to grant that for us. It says death inside the United States last week. It says the Federal Emergency Management Agency has reportedly revealed a near 17% spike in coronavirus-related deaths in the United States last week, because they probably shooting people up and they dying. ABC News obtained the memo that showed the trend in new deaths has shot way up since the start of September. Now, don't get dismayed by that, because you'll be like, wait, that's ABC, they own. Nah, man, that's in the scriptures too. The Lord said these people was going to come. He said, if the devil's house be divided, how shall it stand, man? You see? Devil, Satan, cast out Satan. It's a few of them on it. Look, see that? We're gonna get that 12 and 26, and we're gonna get 11 and 18 Luke. 11 and 18 Luke. You see, this is Luke 11 and 18. Luke 11 and 18. It says, but he, knowing their thoughts, said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself. So it's kingdoms that this couldn't be said if that wouldn't be a thing. You see, every kingdom divided against itself. This is a kingdom, right? ABC is a part of a kingdom, right? The so-called white man's kingdom, right? Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation. You see that? And a house divided against a house shall fall it. If Satan also be divided against himself, how shall his kingdom stand? See, the Lord got all these things happening, man. Because ye say that I cast out devils through Beelzebub. You see? And it's double, the two witnesses. You see, same thing. And if Satan cast out Satan, Matthew 12 and 26, and if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. So they're just divided against themselves. This was already foretold. You see, how shall then his kingdom stand? So this is an indication that their kingdom is collapsing, man. You see, but if I cast out devils by the Spirit of God, then the kingdom of God is come unto you. You see? So we ain't showing this to be real by being devils. We ain't showing you the Satan's house is falling by being devils. We doing it by being spiritual angels on the earth. Angel means messenger. So that means the kingdom is coming, man. It's here. It started with us first. Now, going back to the article, it says, ABC News obtained a memo that showed the trend in new deaths had shot way up since the start of September. That was last month, man. They said it was going downward in September. Didn't they say it was going downward? Yeah, despite, because this was put out October 18th. September was just last month. It says many small hospitals in rural communities are struggling to cope with the surge. Despite a surge in cases, deaths continue. Look, like it never stopped. Like they were never not going down. See that? Deaths continue to trend downward. suggesting doctors are now better treating the COVID-19. Man, they're gonna put that vaccine in people, man. You know, and you're gonna take it if you ain't getting this news, this real news, these oracles. You know, it says, it said that the 5,906 coronavirus-related deaths were recorded in the U.S. from September 9th through the 15th, which represents a 16.6% increase compared with the 7 days prior. You see that? It says that figure comes despite 261 and 204,000 new cases of, it says despite of the new cases, right? It still went up 16.6, 17. Look, that's spiritual, 16.6. You see that? Hey, that's 18. Cause you round this. You got the 6, the 1, that's 7. You know what I'm saying? In my head, 17, but it ain't 17, but 0.6. Brother know what I'm talking about. But anyway, it says that figure, but this matter of fact, this 17. So that's spiritual. It says that figure comes despite 206. So I read that being confirmed in the same period. So 200,000, over 200,000 cases was confirmed, while the rate went up basically 17%, which is a 0.7% decrease from the previous week. Officials have found that coronavirus deaths are a lagging indicator, you see, and rise in the weeks after the cases surge. So they're not talking about the deaths. You said, it says officials have found that coronavirus deaths are a lagging indicator and rise in the weeks. So basically, how they worded it, they just basically saying they not reporting it. Proven. The article is an article most haven't seen. I ain't seen it besides the Lord just putting it in front of me. And then even when you go in the article, it says that that's what's going on. They not reporting these things. Lagging. To fail to maintain a desired pace, or to keep up, fall or behind. After 5 minutes of hard running, some of them begin to lag. Look, slow response. Look, when lag is caused by network congestion, that's that internet, that the knowledge increasing. How? Through the internet in the end days. But it's starting to lag, and they know that, so they lagging it. They make your phone lag, your service lag. You see? While my phone is lag. Yeah, it's lagging on getting these articles, this information. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and that's it. That's the whole article. So why we don't know that? You know? And then I got one more and close this out. It ain't it. It's gonna come up. Infectious disease expert. The darkest, key word, the darkest of the entire pandemic has yet to come. How they know that? One, they read the scriptures. Two, they know what they doing. You know what I'm saying? Let's listen a little bit what this devil got to say. But I'm going to read this too. It say, Michael Osterholm, an expert at the University of Minnesota, stressed that a lack of public confidence is largely, you see, to blame. People don't trust these people, man. He's a renowned and so-called infectious disease expert. He said that the next He told NBC Meet the Press Sunday that the next 6 to 12 weeks are going to be, which is spiritual, are going to be the darkest of the entire pandemic. And me and the brother was just talking, they possibly finna do a lockdown this weekend for Illinois, man. You see what I'm saying? So all this is set up. See, the devil, we're going to do a lesson, Lord willing, later. The devil not playing fair, man. That was prophesied. He's not going to play fair. You see? And express concern that the U.S. lacks a leading voice to guide the public. How does it lack a leading voice? A leading voice would be like an anchor. Those that the man that gives that news that newly unknown, noteworthy information out. They saying the U.S. is lacking that because you're hiding your information. You won't tell the citizens what's going on. And what is the information to do? To guide. You see? Now, let's hear what this devil got to say a little bit.
The Yahoo Mobile Unlimited plan for $39.99 a month. So you can connect to those who matter most. That's the dog. Yahoo Mobile on Verizon's 4G LTE network. Limited plan, unlimited.
Do you support herd immunity as a strategy? Essentially just let people get sick.
The cure cannot be worse than the problem itself. We did the right thing. We were expected to lose 2,200,000 people and maybe more than that. We're at 210,000 people. Welcome back. As my colleague Savannah Guthrie pointed out in Thursday's NBC News Town Hall, what President Trump just said there was not true. The 2 million figure was only if we had done nothing, zilch, zip, which of course nobody was proposing at the time. What you did not hear in that answer was a repudiation of herd immunity, letting people get sick to build up resistance among millions while protecting the most vulnerable from the virus. It is a strategy being promoted by White House Coronavirus Task Force Advisor Scott Atlas. You did hear Secretary Azar say it was not official policy. Well, joining me now is Michael Osterholm. He's, of course, the director of the Center for Infectious Disease Research and Policy at the University of Minnesota. Dr. Osterholm, you are here to be our reality check. So let me ask you simply, do you share the optimism that Secretary Azar expressed with us this morning?
I don't, only in the sense that, again, we're not really telling the complete story. We do have vaccines and therapeutics coming down the pike, but when you actually...
Hey, that's that Psalm 64 and 8 again, man. You see? The Lord, it tell you that in Isaiah 57 and 19. The Lord create the fruit of the lips, man. He make these people say what they say. Proverbs 21 and 1. You know what I'm saying? The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. You see? He turneth it whithersoever, as the waters, he turneth it whithersoever he willeth. You know?
If you look at the time period for that, the next 6 to 12 weeks are going to be the darkest of the entire pandemic. Vaccines will not become available in any meaningful way until early to third quarter of next year. And even then, half the U.S. population at this point is skeptical even taking the vaccine. So what we have right now is a major problem in messaging. People don't know what to believe. And that's one of our huge challenges going forward is we've got to get the message to the public that reflects the science and reflects reality.
Do you have any idea of who's running the federal government public health response at this point? Do you suspect that Dr. Atlas is now the leading scientist in the president's ear and so therefore dictating policy like potentially herd immunity?
I don't know if there is a lead. There are a lot of different voices, which is part of the problem that I just mentioned. We don't have a consolidated one voice. And this is not just about the science. Right now, what we're about to go into, Chuck, when I was on this show last on September 13th, we had 33,000 cases reported that day. You may recall I warned that we were going to see a very dark fall. Friday, we had 70,000 cases, matching the largest number we had seen back during the really serious peak in July. That that number, we're going to blow right through that. And between now and the holidays, we will see numbers much, much larger than even the 67 to 75,000 cases. No one has a good story about what to do there. And what I mean by a story, this is more than just science. This is bringing people together to understand why are we doing this. This is an FDR fireside chat approach, and we're just not doing that.
Let me ask you this. If Joe Biden wins on November 3rd, what's the first thing you'd like him to do?
First of all, we have to cut through all of this partisan issues around the virus. Now, I'm not naive to think that that's going to happen overnight, but we have to lay out, what are we trying to do? What is our plan? Right now, actually, believe it or not, we want to achieve herd immunity, but we don't want to get there through disease. We want to get there through a vaccination program. If you already have half the population skeptical of a vaccine, and we're going to try to get ourselves through this come spring and early summer, we're already going to shoot ourselves in the foot. And so we need somebody to start to articulate, what is our long-term plan? How are we going to get there? Why are we asking people to sacrifice distancing? Why are we telling people if you really love your family, you won't go home for Thanksgiving or Christmas and end up infecting mom or dad or grandpa and grandma? We don't have that storytelling going on right now.
Notice mostly all these pictures, Jake.
And that's every bit as important as the science itself.
You just referred to something that I was going to ask you more directly. Is it pretty clear that nobody should travel for the holidays? And I know nobody, we're America, it's still freedom of movement, but realistically, we ought to plan on not traveling.
This is our COVID year. Let's accept it. It's not like last year, and it's not hopefully going to be like next year. But I have seen far too many situations where family get-togethers, even weddings, funerals, family reunions, birthday parties, graduation parties have happened where someone brings the virus into the household unknowingly, and then 4 weeks later, at least one or more of the family members are dead. No one wants to be responsible for that. So if you really love the people that you have in your immediate family, etc., think through this and actually do them the greatest gift of all, and that is distance yourself this year and don't expose them. It's not ideal, we know that, but we're trying to get through to getting vaccines to then make it next year a much, much more likely situation where you can do that safely.
On herd immunity, I don't know if you saw over late last week where there was a back and forth with another scientist who was trying to get to Dr. Atlas, and apparently Atlas is claiming that there's a likelihood only as few as 25% of folks need the infection for herd immunity potentially to kick in. Is that even possible without a robust vaccine?
First of all, that 20% number is the most amazing combination of pixie dust and pseudoscience I've ever seen. So, let's just move on. It is 50 to 70% at minimum. And remember, when we talk about getting to 50 and 70 to 70% protection, we're talking you can get there with disease, but if that happens, there'll be lots of deaths, a lot of serious illnesses, or we can try to get there with vaccination and postponing the number of people who get sick until we have the vaccines available. Once you get to 50 to 70%, that's kind of like what you hear when you're on the airplane and they announce we're about to descend into LaGuardia. You still have 30 minutes of flight time. 50 to 70% just slows down transmission. It doesn't stop it. So this virus is going to keep looking for wood to burn for as long as it can, and technically it would get closer to 100% over time. So our goal is to get as many people protected with vaccine, and we have to tell that story. We have to tell how we're going to get there. We have to tell people why we can get there. That's what we need to do right now, and we're not doing that.
Well, Dr. Michael Osterholm, you are always very clear and straightforward with our viewers, which is why we find you to be as good of an expert as we can find these days when the government refuses to provide scientists to these Sunday shows. Anyway, Michael Osterholm, thank you. Coming up.
Look, he clear. What does it say? It said he's clear. You know what I'm saying? That's what we was just going into. But these people full of mess, man. So I got some scriptures. We can close out. Jump to the first thing I'm gonna address is this. we'll come back here. Let's see. Make sure I only get 42 and okay, Con. I was supposed to brought this out. This is Sirach 42 and 18. We'll come back to it though. So let's on address here because they talking the science thing. Alright. It says, jump up real quick. Let as many as chapter 6 verse 1, let as many servants as are under the yoke. What yoke? Matthew 11 and 28. Come unto me, all ye that labor, right? Servants, and are heavy laden. I will give you rest. You see, working for the Lord is better. You ain't gonna get no rest going to work with Esau. You're gonna be there for 7 days a week, every week. Anyway, it says, damn near, it says, take my yoke upon you. They got that yoke and learn of me. You see, it's being locked in to learning the true doctrine, right? For I am meek and lowly in heart, and ye shall find rest unto your souls. Now going back to 1 Timothy 6 and 1, it says, let as many servants as are under the yoke, because all men are not really under the yoke. You know what I'm saying? It says, count their own masters worthy of all honor. That just means teachers. It says that the name of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah and his doctrine be not blasphemed, because the Lord set up teachers. Now he said, don't call any man your one is your master and etc. But it's just talking about teachers, man. You know, but that's a whole nother thing. You see, teach. I go teach right there, verse 3. But going to the point in verse 20. O Timothy, he's a servant. Keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding, right, which is the doctrine. You see that? The yoke consists of being in bondage to the true knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, right? Verified by the Creator himself and his Son. It says, O Timothy, keep that which is committed, that Israelite Timothy, keep that which is committed, that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings and oppositions of science, falsely so-called. You see, that's not true science. So the so-called white man, the Lord tell us to watch out for that, man. Because science just means the true knowledge of something. Not the true knowledge of something. Basically, no, that's it. But you learn science by observing how something works. So it is the true knowledge. But anyway, if we can put a vaccine that's going to make you be healed, that's not science if I go on and die. You know what I'm saying? So the so-called white man think he's slick. Now, since I say that, let me go ahead and get this. Go back here. This is Sirach. What was it? 42 and 18. Yep. It says he seeketh deep. He seeketh out the deep and the heart. You see? He seeketh out the deep. That counsel that's been hid deep. You see that? And we know it's talking about so-called white man, because it tell you in I think that's Isaiah 2. It tell you at the end of the second chapter, Isaiah 2, real quick. Jump down to 20. Look, in that day man shall cast his idols of silver and his idols of gold, which they made each one for himself to worship, to the moles and to the bats. Why? Because moles go deep into the ground. You see that? It says to go into the clefts of the rocks, going into as by the Spirit I just said. It says into the tops of the ragged rocks, because bats they fly up high, man. You see? Because he seek that deep to hide. You see? So that's just going into that. We'll go into that later. But it says, for the fear of the Lord, you see, that's why they're going to do it. And for the glory of his majesty. So right now he's doing it on a low level, but he's going to really do that physically when the Lord appears. He said, when he arises to shake terribly the earth. Who's terrible? Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. You see? So back to Isaiah 42 and 18. I got a couple, one more scripture, and I think that's it. We can close this out to later. It says, Isaiah 42 and 18, he seeketh out the deep and the heart, and considereth their crafty, devices. You see? How they try to put their news out, etc. All that may be known, and he beholdeth the signs of the world. Here you go right here, say it right there. He declares the things that are past and for to come. The real news. You see, he declares how? Through his prophets, man. And revealeth the steps of hidden things. So the so-called white man is trying to take certain steps to get people that he's not pointing out to people. He got people walking. He's not. He got you thinking it's just 3 steps you got to climb over, but really it's a story of steps. It's like 42 steps, you know. Or you can look at it the other way. It says the steps of hidden things. So I'll just use that to say that the steps aren't known about that you're actually climbing over, and that's him breaking your mind down. That's him. It's gradualism. Look up gradualism. It says no thought escapeth from him, neither any word is hidden from him. That's why we got these articles that he thought was hidden. That's why we got that document that FEMA thought wasn't going to come out, but ABC brought it out, you know, and he brought it to the congregation, you know. So that's that, man. And they're talking that pretty much people not going to be able to travel soon, man. So now you need to already be preparing yourself for that. You know what I'm saying? Be where you want to be at, and know, you know, how, you know, just think about these type of things. It says, 2nd Ezra 15 and 17, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. He just said that, man. You see that? For because of their pride, but it's easier said than done. All hell gonna break. They're gonna have to go through all hell to make that happen, you know. And that's closing me. I'm gonna close out with this. This is Jeremiah 13. Or Lord willing, Jeremiah 13 and 15. Yeah, Jeremiah 13 and 15. The dark part. And ye hear ye and give ear. Be not proud, for the Lord hath spoken. It says, give glory to the Lord your God, your power, before he calls darkness. You see, that dark period is getting ready to come. He said the next 6 to 12 weeks, man. It says, and before your feet stumble upon the dark mountains. You see, what is the mountains? The mountains is the government. Why are they dark? It's a dark government because it's certain legislation that they passing that you are in the dark about. It's certain articles that has to be put out. You know what I'm saying? According to the government, I'm sure some law that tells you have to be enlightened about your community. You know what I'm saying? About your state affairs, your government. They have to give you information on things they're doing. They have to. You see? But it's known as a dark government, a dark mountain. And then that's going into the elites, because you got this thing called oligarchy. That's the shadow government. And the shadow is dark, man. So it's rules actually being called by people that's really running the scenes behind the puppet, which is the physical man you see, which is Trump, the nigga we just seen sitting there, all these people. But you got the elites, that's the shadow and darkness, saying this, coming up with this, and they ain't gonna bring that to you. You don't even know about them. See, that's the dark mountain. It says, and while ye look for light, you see, you trying to figure out what's going on, he turned it into the shadow of death and make it gross darkness. You see? But if you will not hear it, my soul shall weep in secret places, because it's a secret place the Lord got for the elect. It says, for your pride. And my eyes shall weep sore and run down with tears. Because the Lord's flock is carried away captive. So he has you right where he wants you. You see, he got our people right where they want them. If you don't take heed, the devil got you right where he wants you. You're gonna be in that, you're gonna get caught up in that gross darkness out here. You're gonna get caught slipping because you ain't paying attention, you weren't counseling, you wasn't getting the counsel. You know what I'm saying? So Lord willing, man, this has been edifying. I'm gonna go ahead and close this out. Definitely edifying to me, you know. So the damn devil, you're not getting all news, man. You're not getting all news. And they just confirmed that. And they just said that. They even said it out of their own mouths. The government is not telling you everything. But that's written in the scriptures. But we know about everything with the scriptures. He ain't got to say it. We know about more than he will ever say with the scriptures. You know what I'm saying? So with that, I'm going to say shalom.